10 seconds.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the View from the Dead Box. We have a few extra people in the house today. We got Jamie. We got Matt. Jamie's first appearance. He's probably 8 beers in to loosen up a little bit. Mike, what's going on?
I don't know. I'm no camera mic right now. I don't know.
You don't
I need to buy it. I was trying to do a different webcam. It didn't work. And since I'm on here now and you'll talk shit to me, I guess
it's a lot of excuses. We just kind of hear a bunch of excuses.
I mean, it is excuse. I'm gonna order one right now though.
Order one right now while doing mid podcast. Nice.
I am. I know it's not gonna do me much good for this podcast, but it'll be here by the end of the week.
So
we'll get it on the.
We got the pros on here that know about pro paintball, because in the 20 plus years that I've been playing, I have never really followed pro paintball very meticulously. So I know where most big players are and where most big guys play, but I don't really follow all the moves and the coaching transfers and so on and so forth. So me and Mike, I know Mike's probably the same way. He doesn't really know it as much as you guys would. So we're hoping.
Not at all.
Hoping you guys can pull the ship ahead and alert our viewers and listeners to some pro paintball knowledge that we don't have. So I guess we'll just go right into the.
Well, my thing is
damage, right?
Did you damage? So I just want to go back to end of 2020. Did either of y'all expect Dynasty to win World Cup based off their 2020 roster?
I mean, they had a good roster.
I would say no. I
didn't expect them to win, but I mean, they had a good roster, though. I mean,
they had a good roster to get like a sixth. Top
six,
definitely.
Definitely
top six for
6.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
top 6 for sure. But you had Damage. Everyone probably thought Damage was going to win that event, because of what happened with Tim.
Yeah.
But then you had A-Rod with Impact, and then Impact still had a good lineup. You had X Factor, who's been good, and then you had the Russians, which kind of felt like the worst event the Russians have played in 2 years. So,
it felt like to me right before Cup, a lot of the Impact guys couldn't come down, and they were scrambling to grab players because they were.
They were missing A-Rod or Rabakov. I think Rabakov and a couple of the Canadian guys from up there, the Yakimaks. But you still have Laval. You still have you picked up A-Rod. You still have Goldman was still there. So.
I'm getting ready to send everyone in this chat right now. I have a list of all the 2021 rosters. That'll probably help out a little bit with this. Give me just a second. But so when you started seeing the team changes now that they're slowly coming along, and the rosters are, I would say, are pretty official at this point. Who do y'all think is going to be the team to watch or the team to beat, or however you'd like to phrase it?
Impact. Is this another? It's a bot team, but they've added a ton.
So you're saying they're like the Yankees or Patriots of the NXL?
They added a ton of talent.
Who else did they get that they didn't have at Cup?
They added Matt Jackson.
So it's a lot of AC Dallas guys, or?
No, I think he's the only one.
Oh,
that went there.
Yeah, he was the only one for that. But AC Dallas did get butchered by the rest of the pro teams.
Yeah.
And then they kind of turned it into AC Paintball Fit, because all the guys that play out of Paintball Fit made their way onto the Dallas roster. So I think they're going to be
definitely going to be the better team.
He's going to run them off the field for sure. I feel like that Dallas team is going to be what the old Upton, like a 187 guys, where they were just always at the bottom of the list. You know what I mean?
You had the Jay Frey. He plays for Blast Camp. He does a big YouTube. He has a big YouTube following.
Yeah.
And they did a scrimmage at PB Fit against that AC Dallas team. And it sounded, from what they made it sound like they traded points, but
But Blast Camp's not pro, are they?
They're semi-pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're a good semi-pro team, but they're not running the semi-pro.
Yeah, I think I watched NRG versus Blast Camp, I think, and that was kind of a back and forth, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and that was a pretty early on for NRG, anyways. Trying to think who else. I know the biggest would have to be Aftermath. I guess would be the biggest jump, right?
Absolutely.
Because they are new, or a whole new roster, basically. Like, I don't think there's anybody on there that was in the roster last year, or if there are, they had to pick up at least 6 or 7 people this roster.
Yeah, based off this roster I'm looking at here, it looks like they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 player transactions.
Yeah,
So,
and then they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I definitely know were pro players. So
yeah. So what team do you think is going to be like a bottom feeder this year? I guess would be a good way to say that. Now that we know who you think is going to be a contender.
ML Kings.
Yeah.
Who'd you say?
Yeah, DMG is definitely not going to be like the mid tier like they were.
Yeah, DMG got fucking murdered.
Yeah.
They had a lot of people pulled away. Iron Man's going to be trash.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you lost your coach. You lost A-Rod. I mean, you don't have – let's see who they have on here. I mean, you got Nick Slovak. You got Thomas Kim says he's a free agent.
Nick Slovak's a great guy. Great paintball player. He is not. He is always –
I don't know about that.
No,
yeah, I don't know about that.
He is always the bench player for whatever team he's at.
I would have to agree. I don't think he's a superstar by no means.
He is not.
He's
always,
definitely a utility.
No matter where he is,
definitely a utility player, always there, most of the time alive, but never gonna get
I could be alive too if I just got in the bunker and just.
Oh well, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Every time I see him, no matter what team he's on, he is the rotation player. He does not get the spins. They're like at the end of the event, he's the cleanest person coming off the field. Like at the end. Like last place, boom. He'll come off field, not a shot on him. Clean.
But I will say that Ironman does have, which for me, World Cup, Carlos Cortez. I mean, he looked really good at World Cup.
I didn't really see him play. Actually, I didn't really see the Ironman play much at all, really.
What did they take 4th at Cup? Am I correct?
No. I got you.
I think they were like 6th because
it took 8th.
8th. Okay, yeah, I just found that
because they were it was what X Factor versus
Dynasty X Factor.
No, I'm saying, but like going into semis, top 4 were what? Wasn't X Factor versus Impact or no? Or Dynasty versus
Ironman was knocked out by Impact.
Ironman was knocked out by Impact, but they were knocked out in the round before that. Top 4 was Damage, Impact.
It must have been Dynasty versus Impact.
Could have been, yeah.
That's what it had to be because I remember we were in the pits, like waiting to play on the pro field for the finals, and I remember Dynasty coming off in the pits, and they were up by like 5-0 or 4-0, and one of the Impact players cheated, and I remember hearing Margot say like you slimy fucking cheaters. He's like, that's what you fucking get. So I am pretty positive he was talking about Impact playing, and it was a bigger player. I don't know. I remember like word for word him yelling at the dude that got like a major, and then the dude spun and shot somebody else and got it. And they were way down points. They were like at that point they're 4-0, 5-0. They were getting fucking ran. Dynasty was like just fucking mopping them off the field.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious, and it's crazy being in the pits back there and hearing like the different levels of like talk. Like in the pits of how much shit talking like goes on like when they're coming off the field. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
I can only imagine fucking wildness that goes on back there.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking shit talking.
So you're still thinking you said Impact, Jamie, was your number 1, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, no, I would say Impact.
And what about you, Stro? Is that you're agreeing with that? Or?
I'm gonna go with. I mean, dude, you got. Impact's going to be top 4 consistent, but you still have Damage and you have Russians. I feel like we're going to go back to like, I think 2012 was when Impact and Russians and Damage were all good in the same time frame before Heat came by and like fucking wrecked everyone. I feel like your top 4 is going to be Impact, Russians, Damage, and Heat.
I think
all year.
So we're just forgetting about Dynasty. Like they just died.
That's what I mean. They just won World
They
Cup.
just died.
I mean, they won their one event, and now they're gonna go away.
Yeah,
When
but there was only 2 events to win.
Oh,
So and Iron Man won one, and then Dynasty wins the other.
Dynasty's a one event team.
You think so?
I don't know. They have all their same guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good though.
Nah, I don't know.
You had the exact same roster that just won the last event,
which is going to produce the exact same.
I feel like they're not going to be as hungry as.
I mean, I might agree with the hungriness, but I mean, you got to think they've won with the same crowd for years and years and years, 20 years ago. Why can't you do it again?
I mean, there's no Oliver Lang, obviously.
But it doesn't matter. There's players that are better than him now.
No.
At the time, maybe not. That's a whole other discussion that could be had, but
yes. I think that they'll be top 4 every single event.
I do too.
Like without an issue. I don't see them getting blown off the fucking field at all. I see them probably podium every event, if not being Sunday, like guaranteed Sunday. They're a guaranteed Sunday team. You don't think so?
Yeah, Jamie's shaking his head no.
I mean, they're a Sunday team, but I see like 5th, 6th, 7th.
You got X Factor.
I don't think Aftermath will probably work out well this year.
I don't
think
either.
there's a lot of good talent over there. I just don't think they're gonna like click.
They're gonna make it Sunday.
Huh?
I think they'll make it Sunday.
I mean, we've seen rosters of like players that pro teams that put together before that don't do well. Like, and while we have you guys here, Jamie would know who was the player. I think me and Mike figured out off the air, but just so we know, who was the old Eclipse player that played with X Factor for a long time that went to Dynasty and didn't work out? It was one of their best players they had. Was it Bernaccia or what's the other guy that plays with X Factor that's like their best player?
I mean, Archie went there.
Archie Monomer.
Dynasty at one point.
And he played like dog shit there. They used him for a season and he was awful there. No, I mean, dead serious. They even said it. Like, I think Ryan Grinsman said it in one of his podcasts they were talking about. He said, like, Archie came here. He's like, we picked him up because he's coming off a stellar year. We picked him up, and he didn't do a dick. He just was shit on that lineup.
I mean, they won World Cup without Archie.
Yeah.
You talking about X Factor? Yeah.
He may have a lot of hype around him, but, you know, X Factor is just a good team in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then they played Dynasty without Archie, right? When he got, I'm pretty sure it was Archie or Billy, one of the two. One of them got hurt super early in the event in the World Cup.
Archie. It was Archie.
Yeah. It was Archie.
Then they went and played for second place. So, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if one player can be that big of an X factor. It helps, but if your team is just gelling, I don't know if you can have one person be that much of an X factor.
Oh no, you can't.
On such a pro team like that.
Oh no, you
when
can't.
you have another team full of superstars too. I don't know if I don't know.
When you watch Fedorov play, or what's Smoltrov? What's the other guy that is a fucking? He's like 2'1" that plays.
Oh, Brennikov.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Brennikov.
Yeah, him. Yeah, when he's on the field, he's guaranteed for 2, probably 3 kills every match or every point. So you
think it's just like a mind thing on the teammates? Like if he's out there, we're gonna play well, and it makes everybody else play well, or do you think he just actually plays that good where he pulls people like in the backpack?
Oh yeah, he backpacks the
You're not giving the rest of them any fucking credit.
All they gotta do is sit there and just shoot lanes. He will get down the field and kill people.
Yeah, Russians definitely have limited. I don't know.
Well, I watch that dude play, and he plays like 95% of the points.
And that Brennikov guy, if you're looking at that link I sent you, it says rumored to be leaving, but he's currently still on their roster. So that could be interesting if he went. I mean, it doesn't say
Aftermath.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
It goes to Dynasty.
Or Dynasty.
They still have Karslev and Smotrov, which are both. I mean,
Smotrov. I know Smotrov. Yeah. Isn't Karslev like 35'7"? Isn't he the huge dude?
Who's that? Is Sergey.
Sergey.
Yeah, that's Sergey.
He's the one that's he was on Heat.
Big motherfucker.
Back to Russia. Yeah. But he's also.
Think how good the Russians could be if they stayed together.
Yes.
Because the Americans do what the Americans do.
I think that team would be just running the league.
Yeah, because they'd be dynasty. They'd be like 20-year ago dynasty. They would literally be a Russian quote unquote dynasty. Like
Exactly.
If they had all the exact same people.
But their training regimen is pretty stout. I mean, they do the most training, I would say, out of all the pro teams.
Yeah.
My thing is,
For
who do
sure.
they play and who do they learn to get that good? You know what I mean? Because they're not isolated by any means. Not like if
I'm
they were from
telling you, dude.
Australia, it would be crazy. You know what I mean? Because you
Our
have
best
people to
events,
pick from. But
our best events this year, or in general, where when we weren't really playing anybody, or we were just practicing like drills, like not drills, but I think practicing situational things on the field you're going to be playing on, like where to shoot, what lane to hit. Like when you get to this bunker, you know the exact 3 shots you need to hit from this bunker. You know exactly where to come out on the bunker. You know what lanes you should be shooting, what lanes are dead. So I think you can just run those for like 3, 4, 5, 6 days. You know what I mean? And you know every single spot all over the field at every bunker. And then you really don't have to play against anybody because you're already to that point where like you're already great, so you don't need any more points. You just need to learn the field very, very, very well.
I mean, I see that, but like, how did that's? I mean, how did they get to that position where that's all? You know what I mean? That's all they need to do.
Probably just training.
You think
Literally
it's just straight
shooting
training?
cases and cases and cases of paint,
6 days
snap
a
shooting
week.
Yeah.
every day.
I mean, yeah,
Those
I guess
guys
I
are
could do
like-
it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Interesting.
I mean,
But that's what I mean, though, because like, I mean, there's not really any good European teams.
European paintball.
Follow closely. A lot of the things that the Russians do are the things that a lot of the pro teams adopt. Like they literally adopt the same things that they're doing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
I was listening to Jacob Edwards talk the other day on Carl Mikowski's podcast about how when he was coming up and how he got so good so quick and how he felt like he was the best in his career is when his parents owned a field and he was playing 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all he did. And they were giving because Damage picked up Mike McGowan, who owns Prime, who we kind of go up there and play with from down here.
yeah.
And he was giving him shit because Mike said he was a little rusty or something like that. He's like, you're rusty? You own a field with lights. Like you should be out there all the time. There's no excuse. So I mean, if the Russians are dedicated to spend 5-6 days a week fucking playing paintball, I mean.
Well, the problem with the Russians are a long time ago when probably 15 years ago, that was their job. Like the Bank of Moscow, I believe, sponsored the team. So that was that was their job. They represented the country. Like they went there and literally just played paintball for their job. So they went there to work and they just practiced paintball all day long.
Yeah, because I thought they killed their families.
Yeah, probably. They were probably like holding them hostage. Like if they didn't play 25, 30 points against fucking nobody all day in the bunkers. Like boom, shoot your family in the head and you're done.
He's like, you no kill player on lane. We take your baby. We cut off baby leg.
Yeah. You know, make snake tool on the. Okay. We break your leg.
And then we break your sister leg for fun.
Yeah. God. KGB's outside my house right now.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of the KGB outside your house, changing gears here. I know we had a little bit of a talk about it on the podcast last week of Ryan and Kyle Spickers. I want to steal a piece of content just to kind of get some of our viewers who don't maybe listen to that one. Don't listen to it. It's shit. Just listen to ours. They brought up a topic, and it's what would you rather have? And this is what the two things were. A burglar is coming into your house, and he has a 6-shot pistol, as in like a revolver. That's all he has. 6-shot pistol, right? Nothing else. You have to defend yourself. 2 options. Would you rather have A, 6-shot pistol, like a revolver, or B, any paintball gun setup you had with 200 rounds, like a full hopper of paint? So would you rather defend yourself in your house versus an intruder that only has a 6-shot pistol with a fully loaded paintball gun setup, or a 6-shot revolver? And I'll put this twist in here. Everybody likes to say, and most of us in this podcast are very pro gun because we own safes full of guns. Trust me when I say this. But I was on the fence on this because do I feel I'm comfortable shooting the guy 6 times in the face? Yes. But look at it in the burglar's eyes. Actually, I'll just hold off here and get y'all's opinions on it, and then I'll explain my cut to into it. But those are your choices. Where would you go, Matt?
I'll probably grab the paintball gun, to be honest.
Why are you grabbing the paintball gun?
I feel like it'd be more intimidating. Plus, I mean, you could come out, you could already be like shooting, and then like get close and fucking beat the fuck out of them with it.
I mean, you can beat somebody with a pistol.
I mean, yeah, but I'll fucking swing. I have my luck sitting in front of me on the other side of the camera. I'll just swing the fucking tank into his teeth.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So you would rather have that than the revolver? You think?
I felt like it, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, let's see yours. I know where you're going because, because we had the same thing. But don't put like when we talked about this, Mike was thinking the fucking goddamn mafia was coming for him with like full kitted plate carriers and like ARs and all this kind of wild shit. But if he only has a 6-shot pistol and you only have a 6-shot pistol or the paintball gun, that's all there is, and he's in your house, what are you going with?
A gun, because he's in my house and I'm going to shoot him. I see the benefit of the paintball gun, only that I can have a lot more rounds.
Okay.
I'm just not sold that if he had enough adrenaline to come into my house with a gun, that is, I know it's loaded. Like, I've already been told that he has a loaded gun. If he's coming in with a loaded gun, I don't know if a paintball gun is going to have enough. Even if I only if I could shoot him in the eyes, I think it would be the only way I could make him stop. If he had it in his mind, he was in there to rob me with a loaded gun. Now, granted, most robber, he might not have a loaded gun or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. He has a gun. To me, it's always loaded. So I'm going to see the gun and he's in my house. I'm going to shoot him. I got Castle Doctrine in Georgia, so I can do that. So,
Jamie, where you going?
Oh, I'm going for the paintball gun. I'm hip siding into the fucking laundry room, posting on the front door, and just waiting.
Just gonna zone him up.
Zone him up, baby.
Zone him up.
So,
move. Next step is.
I've seen Jamie's vibes. He's gonna be bouncing across this fucking living room.
So what about you, Wes?
All right, so obviously where I'm sitting at in my room right now, there's 3 guns within reachable of arm's length of me, all very loaded. And then in just about every room in my house, there's another gun that is loaded. In every car I have, there's a gun that is loaded. So I am all about guns defending myself. But if all these guns are gone and I only have a 6-shot pistol to defend myself, that's it. Biden comes in there and says, all right, now listen up. You gotta shoot a 6-shot revolver. So that's what we got, right?
Old double barrel Biden.
Yeah.
One for warning.
Yeah. I think multiple factors play into this that I am going to go with my paintball gun only for the reason that if this guy steps in my house, typically when the guy is burglarizing a house, he's not walking through your house with a gun drawn. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to your house to steal stuff. He's gonna like steal your TV. He's looking like steal your like jewelry, shit like that. He's not walking to the house with one hand on his gun and one hand to open shit up. He typically has the gun put away and he's like going through your house, rummaging through shit, and then boom, my fucking mountain lion comes around the house and he pulls the gun out. Right? That's typically what happens. But I think if he's there dicking around in my house and I see him and I just start melting this dude, I think he's gonna think first of all it's a gun. Second of all, when it hits him, it's gonna splatter, and we're talking about nighttime. He's probably gonna think it's blood. And if you're like 5 feet away, and let's think about it, you get shot in the middle of a game, point blank, with protective gear on, you already get your bell rung, and you're like, Jesus! If you're not expecting to get beamed, and I beam you like 12 times, even if I don't shoot you in the head, the neck, the hand, the side of the ear, wherever I shoot you, if I shoot you a whole fucking bunch, when you're not geared up for it, I don't think you're gonna stand there and be like, "Let me draw my pistol out and return fire on this dude," because he's not defending his life. He's like, "Boom, boom, 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 got shot. Let me get the fuck out of this house." Like I don't know what's going on. To him, it's a fucking machine gun. That's all he hears. And you gotta think how loud a gun is going on, a paintball gun, and shooting inside of a house. Like it's loud. So I think just from scare tactics, he's gonna get beamed and think it's a gun and leave instantly. That's my only that's my only thing with that. Now, if I say he's gonna kill you, he's gonna draw the gun down and kill you no matter what, then yeah, I'm gonna have my gun out, right? That's a no-brainer. But if he just rolled into my house to steal shit, yeah, I think a paintball gun would defend myself as much as a revolver would, right?
Yeah, but if he's Mike, he's already got 6 plates stuffed.
Dude, no, I'm telling you, if he comes in this house, I sleep butt ass naked. So I'm literally gonna grab a belt on, and I hope I run him out the house, right? And I can have 911, and I can be standing out butt ass naked. By then, my pistol will be nice and put away in the holster, and I hope the police can show up and they can just see a naked fat guy standing on the front yard, dick out, gun on his hip. That's my ultimate dream that I don't want to happen, but wouldn't that make a great newspaper article?
Have a plate carrier in your dick.
Plate carrier, my dick, and a pistol on my hip.
Yeah. I think that could be a song. That could be a song almost.
And if I get enough time, I'm going to throw the night vision on too.
Hip. Yeah. That could definitely be a song. Plate carrier in my dick and a pistol on my hip. That could definitely be a verse. That's 100% the bar right there.
Yeah. So I guess the question, like I said, I still lean towards the pistol because I feel like, let's say I dump the entire hopper on him, and for some odd reason he still has some sort of aggression, he's going to stand up and shoot me. You know what I mean? So even if the chance,
do you think he's going to stand there and let you just beat on him for 200 rounds?
I don't know, but let's for this whole
nobody's going to stand there and let you beat on them for 200 rounds. They're going to leave.
I mean, you don't know. Yes, my thing is this, and I said this when we were at Hooters. Let's say I shoot him with a paintball gun. Whack, 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 I don't know, 10, 15 times. He is conscious enough to realize, hey, let me check myself for my wounds, not to see if the ball broke, just making sure he's bleeding. And he goes, hey, I'm not bleeding. But that guy shot me with something very expensive, and it doesn't kill me. I can shoot him with something with $200 that does kill him. It stands up and shoots me, and then takes my paintball gun too, and then pawns that bitch off for I paid $1,500, and he gets $30 for it, and is happy as a pig in shit.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I just don't think the burglars are coming there to murder people. That's my.
I think you're.
They don't rob your house to kill you. They rob your house because they're scared and they're poor, broke bums.
I feel like if I had to rob someone's house, I mean, I'm gonna come out with something. So I don't know how I'm gonna get it.
One eye left.
A fucking tank drive through the front door.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll do whatever that crazy guy in Colorado did. Fucking.
It clearly comes down to reffing. You know.
Comes down to what?
Comes down to reffing. Are they gonna let the player play on?
Comes down to reffing.
Get him out, dude! I shot this guy.
It comes down to reffing. I don't know.
Depends on what paint you're shooting. If we're shooting the paint from 2 weeks ago, fuck. Give me a fucking harpoon.
Green ball. Oof.
If I'm shooting that green Pro Char, give me a fucking.
Wait. You're leaving out the, bro. I used to shoot frozen paintballs.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I go right to slide into my kitchen, open it up, fucking popper paint ready to go. Boom. Wait, don't do this, kids. But I have shot whoppers out of a paintball gun, and the whoppers do come out of a paintball gun. We have shot whoppers at things, and they come out. They're not very accurate because they're odd shaped, but when they hit something, yikes! Fucking bark off of an oak tree. That's how bad it is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I shot peanuts out of a Titman 98 one time. It was like a fucking shotgun. They didn't go very far, but every time someone got hurt, they're like, fuck, those things hurt. And I'm like, do they? And I go down, I got shot. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, those little fuckers do hurt.
Yeah, who was it at Dad's Field? Was it one of you fucking retards that were shooting French fries out of a gun? Do you remember that?
No, but I've never heard that.
It was an older Matrix. It was either a DM, like a first series DM, like a 4 or 5, or an older Matrix, and they said that the gun was like shooting down or had first ball drop off, which isn't anything not special to the Luxes, like the matrices. So we took it apart and it had this gunk inside the gun, and we just cleaned it off, assuming it's old paint. But the guy said he never shot paint out of it yet. He said, no, I haven't shot a ball out of it yet. So we asked, well, what's in this gun? He's like, you put weird grease? He said, well, I was sticking French fries down the breech and shooting it, and it was shooting the French fries out of the gun. So it was chopping like the French fries in half and squirting like the grease and the potato back around the bolt. And he must have done that for, I don't know, supersized side fries. And the bolt was gummed up with fucking grease and potato. No shit. That is a true story.
The gun quits working. He goes, thanks a lot, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah. So
I can only imagine what your dad was like. This bitch just shot French fries out of this fucking gun.
yeah, I'm like, I remember that. I remember hearing that. I'm like what? You shot?
Yeah,
No. What is that?
Thankfully, that wasn't me or Jamie, at least.
Probably was one of you guys.
Nah,
Definitely me.
Too young to remember.
no, I remember you fixing that one kid's intimidator that I think he was sleeping in the bed with it, and it fell down, and he bent the. So it was on the mini Timmys, and it bent the thing, and you literally took a pair of pliers to it when he turned his head and bent it out. And I was like, oh, and you're like, he'll never know. And he put the bolt, he's like, cool, thanks, and runs off, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. You know what, the bolt pin, the top bolt pin?
Yep.
Yeah, it was touching the gun, it was bent down. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so I got a question that is Jamie specific, and then I have a Strohmeyer specific question. So Jamie Fowler, what is your this could go a little long. It's not really a question. What is your favorite paintball like memory?
Ugh. Why you ask me that? You know my memory is terrible.
I know. You got to be able to spit something out because we're not going to do the 10 questions with both of you. It'll be too hectic. So I was just going to hit you up with like one or two each. TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your brain is fucking fried.
Hey, let's just give Jamie the 10 questions because Matt's already done the 10 questions.
I mean, we can do that. Are we going to do the old questions or the new set of questions?
These are the questions we asked Alex.
Okay, I think that is these. I'll send them to you real fast. So Matt, go ahead and you give me like your favorite paintball story, like an event you went to that had a cool, that something wild happened at or something.
It was probably that. Remember that event you went to with us where you sat on the bench the whole time? Remember that event?
Ooh.
Oh, that probably had a couple times. Let's try to think. Hold on.
Man, I don't
Speaking
know.
of events, you guys might not know. Stro is playing this MVPS, by the way.
Against us?
I seen.
Ooh.
Oh, Jamie's already checking the roster.
Oh, D4X, you're playing against us?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
850 rage, baby.
Yep. All from
Did
Jamie.
you say 850? Yikes.
Fucking turd on the ground. All that happened.
You'll get it.
But I don't know. I would say probably 2019 World Cup. I really felt like that was that was a good time.
Okay.
That was my first cup back, and that was my first cup kind of playing D4X with people I actually wanted to play with.
Yeah.
And felt like we did decent. I think we got shafted.
Oh yeah.
But no, it was a good time.
That's fair.
What was that? What was that like watching from the dead box?
Yikes.
I don't know, man.
Got him. What was that? Oh, I got the list now.
I sent you both. You want to do the first one or the second set?
The first one.
Okay.
All right, cool. You gonna start?
Yeah. All right. So, Jamie, how do you like your chicken wings? You like the drums or do you like the flats?
Drums. Flats
Go.
Thank God.
Oh well, here you go. Most memorable event.
That's the one we won. CPSO.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. You got kids, so you should have an answer for this. What's your favorite superhero?
My superhero?
Yeah, your favorite superhero.
I'm not a superhero fan.
Oh my God.
You gotta have one that you like.
I'm trying to think.
I wish he'd say something like that's not a superhero, like Duck Dynasty or something like that. Just...
I don't have a favorite superhero.
Fucking Paw Patrol, damn it. All right, Wes, you're good.
We just started watching all the superhero movies, actually.
Well, which one did you just watch?
Yeah.
I would just watch Avengers Endgame.
All right. Well, which one out of that movie did you like the most?
I'm gonna say it. You're Quill.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, I like that. Star-Lord, let's go.
Mech or X-Ball?
X-Ball. Yeah. You already know.
Yeah.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Oh,
Medium rare. Okay.
Okay.
Your favorite gun you've ever owned?
I've had 4 of them. Luxx. Now, I did shoot the GO4 this past weekend.
What?
I'm definitely a lover of that style now.
We shall see what you shoot at this event.
Right. What's your favorite adult beverage?
Captain Morgan 100 proof.
Oh, hey.
What happened with the answer that quickly?
I know, right?
Sipping on that right now.
What's one of the paintball event you wish you played that you never got a chance to, or haven't yet, at least?
I definitely want to play one of the Las Vegas NXLs.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Vegas,
baby. What's your favorite snack? Used to be Swedish fish.
That's it. That's
okay. Is it still okay?
As much now, I don't, but that was definitely the top of the list.
now it's protein shakes and
yeah. I'm definitely doing the healthier route now, so trying to.
What is the best paintball film of all time?
Oof. I would say Heroes for a Day, only because I watched it every time before practice.
That's so shit.
Let's go.
So shit.
Yeah, but I have to go there because I watched it pretty much, I don't know, for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
Before every practice.
See, I think now I can go back and watch Best Kids in Texas.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Good, don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't know, this nostalgia.
Yeah.
Heroes for a Day.
All right, we have 2 bonus questions for you, and I'm sure Wes knows what they are. You want to do number 8 and number 10 from the other one? I'll do number 8. You do number 10.
Yep.
All right, hard or soft?
Hard.
Okay, good. I like that. It was fast.
Yeah. What's the first thing you notice about the opposite sex?
Ugh.
He looks around. He's looking around.
She already knows. And
what is it?
Thing over there. Ass.
Whack!
Whack! Poof! He gets hit in the head with a fucking milkshake. Wow! Off screen. That's funny.
What did you You already asked Stro his question.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my little extra I had. I was just kind of curious.
Yep.
Do you remember the first time you played, Jamie? Or is your brain still that fun?
I will say that the one thing that I do remember, and this is one I do remember the very first time that I shot a paintball gun, or that we played with one, and it was probably not nearly safe enough to really talk about, but we had the blades. I can't remember. You could buy them from Walmart. Me and my stepbrother were living. I remember the house and everything, but I was hiding behind the staircase, shooting at him, and he was hiding behind we had a above ground pool that also had a deck with a staircase. He was hiding behind that. No mask, no nothing.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
God.
With 2 blades. I know the first time, but then the second time that really rings a bell with me is we were playing Wes and them. This was some of the first times that we went to Dream. I remember it wasn't a W, but it was the same style bunker. And I came over the top and I got whacked in the head twice. And I immediately thought, I was like, oh, these guys are shooting way stronger paintball guns than I have. But their guns are way stronger.
That is
So that's like the 2 memories earliest memories that I have.
That is funny. What about you? What's your earliest memory, Stro? Oh, sorry, Jamie. Go ahead. You finish.
and that was when I still had the Spider E99.
Yep.
So it was like very, very, very early.
That's awesome. What about you,
What's the
Stro?
first
What's your
time?
earliest?
Yeah, what's the first time you remember playing Stro?
I probably went out there when I was like 12, 13, something like that. And at Hurlburt, they had playing woods, and so I'm like walking down, and like it's one of the games they used to have attack and defend, where like a bunch of people would hide, but you had like double number of attackers to come like and dig them out, and they couldn't leave a certain area. I'm just walking, and like no one's moving, so I walked up a little bit in the middle of this road, and there's like it came to like a 3-way intersection. And I walked there, and I just got fucking clapped by like 5 paintballs at one time. I was like the kid in the jeans and the Nike shoes and like the camo hoodie with the hood up with the rental mask and a rental gun, and just got smoked. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's fucking awesome. So, well, that's all I had. Wesley?
That should be it.
Jamie, is there anything you wanted to say on the podcast?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Okay.
Who is your top pro player right now?
Pro player right
Who do you think is
now?
playing the best?
Who do I think is playing the best?
Do you keep up with enough to?
I really don't keep up to give you a good answer. The only two people
mine's Tyler Harmon for sure.
Well, see, and I was gonna say Tyler Harmon also. That's only because I listen to all the stuff he does with the podcast with him and Marcelo. Because I do.
Well, I've watched a lot of his training stuff, and then plus, I mean, it just kind of stands out that he's one of the top player 2 years in a row on the 1v1 thing. So, both times they've had that event, he's went all the way to the end and beat all the best guys to win it. So, but his game's is a lot more like a robot. If I remember watching the old Russian people play, they were like robots. They went there, stat, moved, and it was like snap, 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 switch, snap, 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 switch. And it was like the exact same thing. Like his form never ever changed. It was like a robot did it. And that's exactly how he looks playing. It's weird. It's wild to watch.
Yeah.
It's just weird, hard to explain.
But I would say the most consistent player, in my opinion, and I feel like this is like this for years, has been Ryan Greenspan. And I think at this last World Cup, he proved that because they had that center brick in the middle.
Are we fantasy fanboys or what?
I mean, might as well.
I know, right?
But
like, this is awful.
Just the way he played at World Cup, I was like, wow, he's old as shit.
I know.
They
have Courtney in that little desk over there, and that little thing. She has the package that the mail came in with Ryan's signature on it. It is awful.
That's the fucking Dynasty Shrine back there.
Yeah. You're gonna have to watch more pro paintball.
We got the sign.
That one is actually pretty cool.
I like that.
He's dope. He's dope.
Look at all the shit.
That's ridiculous.
Matt, who's yours?
Oh man, I would have to go with either Jason Edwards or
I beat that dude down. He's dog shit.
I mean, probably no, he hasn't been relevant past year. Chad George was pretty goated a couple years back.
Yeah, a couple years back. He's a bum now.
And what about Keith Brown? No one brought Keith Brown?
No, Keith Brown fell off hard, and then now it's coming back.
Yeah. So I will say that I think that LJ Woodley is going to be a definitely a hot commodity.
I mean, I'm going to say Damage is going to win an event this year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'll put $50 on the Florida boys.
At some point.
Ooh, $50 on the Florida boys. They got to just win one event?
One event.
So
might talk about
I guess
that.
I have to ask Matt because you guys don't really follow pro paintball.
Yeah, ask Matt. So we put you two on here for.
How about Rainey Stanzik?
He's definitely probably the best, one of the top five and top five, probably top three. There's no way because everywhere he's gone, he has won. He went to Damage, he won. He went to X Factor, he's won. He went to Impact, he won. Like he's everywhere he goes, he wins.
Yes,
he was on that.
That's my number one, honestly.
Sounds like his bum ass goes to loaded rosters.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yes, his playing style is Someone that
Yeah, but you take
someone that is on a superstar team and then pulls off superstar moves, they earn the number 1 spot.
So he went to Damage. And that was the last event Damage won, and they won with the same roster they basically had last year with him on it. Then he goes to Impact, and then Impact started that whole like just beating the fuck out of the whole league. And then he went to X Factor, and within like probably a season of playing, they were winning events. I mean,
yes, and he is always a topic on the podcast. I mean, on the webcast.
Yeah, I mean everything he does.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So,
Tyler Harmon slapped him around.
I really expected to get more shit from y'all for playing in the same division, same league.
No, because we just figure we're gonna wax that ass and not worry about it.
We honestly, what we know is you probably won't play much at all. So, you know.
I mean, we've got 7 guys. I mean, I hope I get some playing time. Shout out to the 850 boys. You know, they actually listen. They actually listen to y'all's podcast. They do support y'all. Want y'all to know that. They also wanted me. They also wanted me to play the clip of Anthony doing the run through on y'all when he got the 5-pack on y'all and like completely smoked y'all. But I said y'all are my boys, and they're gonna have Jamie on here, who's the whole reason that ran through even happened.
Yeah, and we honestly felt bad for Gonzo because he's never played since. We kind of gave him like a going away gift, right? I mean,
yeah, that is true. I mean, I did try to text, like, I don't know if Jamie's heard this. I texted Courtney. I was like, hey, 850 is doing heavy center push. They're probably doing a run through if y'all send someone up to the thing. And I remember I was like, I think I was like going to work or at work or something, and the game came on. So I was like, watch the first point. And I literally watched it live. I saw Jamie eat shit, and Anthony just kept running. And it was like the worst run through I've ever seen. And like I saw Wes get shot out of the Dorito, and he like immediately looked everywhere, and I was like, I do not want to be in that pit right now.
Oh yeah, like their laning was
description.
Say what
happened? I said that's the most accurate description of what
happened. Yeah,
I ran fucking little tie down and just ate it.
Fell,
crawled on my knees and just got stitched in the back of the fucking head.
Yeah, it was bad. I think I ran and gun to a 100 or something, and then either I went to the 100 and like rap and shot a guy, and their whole team gave up the Dorito side. So I think I either went 200 or 300 like 5 seconds in. Like they dropped the whole Dorito side. So I just went right into the 300, and I got shot in the back. I'm like, man, maybe they're in our snake. I'm like, what? So I look over, and he's in the middle of the field. I'm like, well, Jamie's in the middle of the field. I look back, Jamie's like still laying on the ground. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is this? We had a guy in the center. I don't understand.
He's
that was a wild thing.
Shooting everybody in the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hope I didn't play that point because I don't remember any of this. So.
I can't remember it.
I think it was me, Frank, Jamie, Payne,
Shane, maybe,
and Gordon, fucking clown.
Oof. Good. I'm glad I wasn't out on that one. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Yep. Yeah, I think you and Shane sat out that point, I think.
Good.
And then the 2 points we had that we came back on them and had easy bodies, we got terrible penalties.
Yeah.
I think Frank or somebody was like running it in and had Payne on his pack, I think, and we were way up in bodies, and then hung it dirty or something, and then that's the one that Gordon was in the corner, remember? And he got shot, and we were like 4-on-1, I think, maybe, or something. 3-on-1, 4-on-1, and then he got a major, and they pulled the whole. And I told Gordon, I'm like, you'll never fucking play again. I'm like, you blatantly fucking cheated. I'm like, what do you fuck? I'm like, it's like a 3 or 4-on-1. I'm like, the dude's in a terrible bunker. What are you doing? Like, why'd you just play on like that? Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? The pit was just fucking going after his ass. It was bad.
I can only imagine how toxic that was.
Oh, it was rough. Let's no penalties this weekend, guys. I mean,
yes.
Stro, your team can have penalties, but
get a couple penalties. If it gets close, I'll slip you, Miller Lite or something, and just run through.
Hey, now Duggan.
It's actually crazy. I'm like the fattest, thickest boy on my team too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have to give it to our team for that. Penalties is like, we're
pretty
hard on someone that
pretty
pulls a. If you get a penalty, you are going to get fucking roasted for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, it's because we
We are
rarely
harsh.
get them. Like, we really are a relatively clean team. Like, so when someone
Yes.
gets, we're like, motherfucker, you cheated. He's like, no, it's an old hip. No, motherfucker, you cheated.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are definitely harsh on each
Yeah.
other as far as penalties go.
Oh yeah.
You pull a penalty,
I
it's like, all right, brother, you're sitting the next fucking point.
Yeah,
You
I
can't fucking
think
play games.
honestly that's a downfall too. I think a lot of I think cheating is a very common thing in nowadays games.
The more we scrimmage, the more that I feel like we're
You see
finding
that?
that out.
Yeah, for sure. You
Yeah.
see it a lot of people, like when we go away to these other fields, you see people cheat like every point. I'm like, man,
Yes.
I'm like, these motherfuckers are cheating every guy. We go to Florida, like play teams. I'm like, these are cheating every point, blatant. I'm like, no, why I can't shoot nobody fucking down the Dorito side on the break. I'm like, these motherfuckers are going in 3 hits on them, diving in. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
It's ridiculous, too.
It was CPSL, the one in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, we run Cox too. We had a great roster. And Cox was like blatantly calling out people through the net. He's like, "Look at this dude, hit on his mask. Ref standing right here, wipes it off." He's like rubbing his face in the bunker. He's like, they're not pulling anybody for cheating. He's like, I don't understand. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Okay,
Are y'all playing CPSL this year?
yeah, we'll probably jump in an event or two because some of the events are a little bit closer than the MVPS. Actually, I think the event in like a month and a half, in the middle of March, is actually like 3.5 hours away. It's in Fayetteville, so I think it's at the first Black Ops. So it's actually a lot. It said MVPS is 275 miles away total, and then you know how it pops up on your APPA.
Yeah.
In the event, it said 235 miles away. I'm like, oh, what is that? I clicked on it, and it's CPSL. I'm like, oh shit. So
Black Ops.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't need knees anyways.
Yeah. So we'll probably play that one just because it's right there.
It's at
There's no ID cost, so paint super cheap. Really, it's just a expensive scrimmage.
That one's hard to. Yeah, CPSL is to turn down now.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, it's honestly cheap to play. It's really just cheap to fucking play.
Exactly. It's close.
That's the whole knock, and I think they bumped up the prizes this year pretty well as well. So I think somebody shared it in chat. It's like two grand per win, 1,000 for second or something like that, and then at the end of the series prizes are really good too. So
and they actually have D3X too in that league.
Yeah.
Now I don't believe a lot of teams have signed up, but at least they're trying.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't knock on the prizing too much, but I do remember the one CPSL we won.
It covered our paint.
Couldn't even cover the paint. It couldn't even cover the paint.
Yeah, we were like $37. We were 1K short. We won $1,200.
I try not to beat on the
stack fucking event.
I do hear that all the time, but I try not. I try not to jump on that bandwagon. But that is depressing.
Yeah. The funny part was we were eating our food, and I think Wes was just like all doing the math at that point. He was like, "Not to be the like bearer of bad news, but we still owe for paint."
Yeah. Yep. Happens, dude.
It's funny.
Happens.
Well,
it is what it is.
Wes, double checking on your good.
Yeah, we good.
Mr. Fowler.
I'm good.
Mr. Strohmeyer.
We're good here, man.
You're
excited to see y'all this weekend.
The Bananager. The Bananager. That's what we're calling him now, by the way.
Oh, can you get the Bananager on your jersey?
Well, I made his name in Discord when he hops in to play games. It's the Bananager.
That is fucking great. That is fucking awesome. Him and Carson both can be all the Bananagers.
Yeah.
But because what is Carson West?
Dog fucking shit.
There we go. That's what I did.
Dog. White dog turd shit. That's what he is.
Yeah, it's just fucking gross.
Every time.
Yep.
Well, all right. I will take us out of this. Thanks for listening, watching. Crazy people buy like we sell one T-shirt a month, which I think is the fucking funniest thing because they go to random places. But yeah, we will catch you guys on the next one, and good luck to all the teams of the MVPS this weekend. Peace out.
Peace. Bye.